Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Walt here from Down the Block Sports, and today I'm reacting to a new target in New England. Yes, like most of you have seen, the Patriots began the offseason re-signing quarterback Cam Newton, which I'm still not thrilled about, but at least I can say in 2021 he'll have a new tight end to throw the ball to. According to multiple reports, the New England Patriots have agreed to a 4-year, $50 million contract with ex-Tennessee Titans tight end Jonnu Smith, and for those who watch Cam Newton frequently in Carolina, adding a tight end to this offense is going to be absolutely huge. Now, Greg Olsen, a tight end that retired earlier this year, was someone who was outstanding early in his career. And one thing that helps Cam Newton a lot in this offense is someone to throw the ball to in the middle of the field. So let's give you a quick breakdown on who the Patriots just signed in Jonnu Smith. Now, Jonnu Smith is a beast tight end and an absolute beast in the goal line. He stands at 6'3", 284 pounds. He has 16 career touchdowns. 8 came last season with the Tennessee Titans. Last year, he had a career best season, 41 receptions, 488 reception yards, and 8 touchdowns. All 3 of those were career highs. Looking at the Tennessee Titans situation with long-term contracts handed out to Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill, it looked unlikely he was going to return to Tennessee. So looking at the Patriots offense right now, they had some of the worst tight end production last year. So signing someone like Jonnu Smith is an absolutely massive improvement in this offense. Now, I mentioned before how Cam Newton needs a solid tight end. I'm going to read you some statistics of Greg Olsen when he played with Cam Newton. These numbers are absolutely crazy. In 2012, 69 receptions, 843 yards, 5 touchdowns. 2013, 73 receptions, 816 yards, 6 touchdowns. 2014, 84 receptions, 1,008 yards, 6 touchdowns. 2015, 77 receptions, 1,104 yards, and 7 touchdowns. And finally, in 2016, he had 80 receptions for 1,073 yards and 3 touchdowns. Cam Newton's made it very clear throughout his entire career that if he has a solid tight end in his offense, well, it's going to be productive. Now, obviously, most of you are probably watching this video like, well, 2 days ago you went on DTB Sports and ranted about how you don't like Cam Newton returning to the quarterback. Guess what? I still don't. I don't know if this team is still better than 8-8. But at the end of the day, I made it very clear that this team needed to improve their targets. Because since Rob Gronkowski left, they've had some of the worst tight end production in the league. Now, looking at his contract, 4 years, $50 million, over $30 million guaranteed. For someone that had less than 500 reception yards last year, I do think that's a pretty high tag for someone who's a tight end. But at the end of the day, looking at the Patriots offense, they needed to find someone who is a big-bodied target who can improve their presence. In the first 4 weeks of the season last year, he had 5 reception touchdowns. He was slowed down due to an ankle injury. Things like that happened. It's unfortunate that he couldn't keep up that pace. Do I expect him to keep up that pace in New England? Hard to say, because that's an unbelievably ridiculous pace to score touchdowns. But looking at New England's offense right now, they have a strong offensive line. Cam showed last year he can be productive in the goal line. But at the end of the day, Edelman and these guys like that aren't these big body targets who are going to be massive red zone threats. I look at Jonnu Smith in this offense. He's by far the number 1 tight end on this team. He's someone who's going to make a difference in the middle of the field, open some guys up on the outside, and give Cam a target to throw to on the goal line. So at the end of the day, I do think this is a very solid contract for Bill Belichick. I think he was desperate to spend some money on someone who can improve this offense. Cam is someone who needs to throw to the tight end position. He had success in years past when throwing to Greg Olsen. Now, obviously, looking at Jonnu Smith and Greg Olsen's a heck of a lot better. I'm not comparing the two. I don't think Jonnu Smith's going to come to New England and have 84 receptions for 1,000 yards and over 6 touchdowns. I don't think that's realistic. But at the end of the day, they needed someone to come in and play this spot. They found Jonnu Smith. They gave him that 4-year deal. Cam has his tight end. Even if Cam's not the quarterback after next year, they still have a solid presence in the middle of this field for this offense. And even if you take Cam Newton out of the equation, look at New England's offense. Even when Brady was on the field, a tight end was huge, no matter when it was, the Ben Watson age, the Gronkowski age. This offense is completely different when there's a tight end. But you have a QB that needs to have a successful tight end to run a successful offense. So at the end of the day, I'm going to still be realistic. I do still think the Patriots, they're going to hover around 500 this year. I do think Cam is a good, not great quarterback. Don't love the fact that he's returning. We'll see if he can find a way to improve some targets or quarterback in this draft. But at the end of the day, we need to accept that Cam's going to be the quarterback, and we want to make sure we found an offense that fits his system best. He needs a tight end. We paid for a tight end. I think Jonnu Smith is going to be very productive for the Patriots next season. So again, $50 million over $30 million guaranteed is a tall task, but the Patriots massively improved their presence in the red zone for the 2021 season. Good job for Bill Belichick. Get some help on the outside. The defense is looking strong. The offensive line's looking strong. Now they're much better at tight end. They still need to improve the offense, but the Patriots are a much better team today with Jonnu Smith at tight end than they were yesterday. That's going to be it for this reaction of Jonnu Smith signing with the New England Patriots. If you want to check out my rant on Cam Newton, feel free to find that in our... If you want to hear my reaction to the Patriots signing Cam Newton, feel free to click in the description below. I have the video tagged right there. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Down the Block Sports. We have a ton of exclusive interviews on the way. You're not going to want to miss out. So stay tuned. Check us out. Like this video. Subscribe to Down the Block Sports. We'll see you very soon.